Paris may be the city of light, romance, and pastries that make you reconsider your life choices. But behind the scenes, it's also home to some of the wealthiest and most influential families on the planet. Forget Netflix dramas, real-life dynasties walk among us, steering global industries with quiet determination and a whole lot of luxury. Let's pull back the velvet curtain on the Trillionaire families who don't just live in Paris, they own it. When luxury is the family business, what do Louis Vuitton, Dior, Dom Perignon, and a $233 billion net worth have in common? They're all part of the glittering empire helmed by Bernard Arnault, CEO of LVMH, the largest luxury goods company on earth. With more brands under his belt than most people have shoes, Arnault is the undisputed monarch of the luxury world. But he's no lone wolf. He brought the whole pack along. All 5 of his children hold critical roles within LVMH, which owns 75 renowned brands. From handbags to champagne, if it's expensive and desirable, chances are the Arnauds have a stake in it. Delphine Arnault leads Christian Dior and has major influence at Louis Vuitton, so basically a boss in heels. Antoine Arnault handles communications and environmental strategy. Yes, even Trillionaires are thinking green. Alexander, Frederic, and Jean manage key sectors like Tiffany & Co. in watches and marketing. The family collectively owns nearly 49% of LVMH and commands over 64% of the voting rights. Talk about keeping it in the family, and yes, they probably have monogrammed everything. Bernard's lifestyle? Subtle Ahima Parisian mansion worth $200 million, a Bugatti Chiron, and a Ferrari F12 TDF in the garage. Even after selling his $73 million private jet, he still flies private. Because why would you wait in a TSA line when you run the world? The Bettencourt Meyers family. Françoise Bettencourt Meyers, the richest woman in the world with a net worth of nearly $100 billion, is the granddaughter of L'Oréal's founder. She inherited her mother Liliane's shares in 2017, and with them, a beauty empire that includes Maybelline, Lancôme, Garnier, and other makeup bag essentials. But Françoise isn't just about lipstick and spreadsheets. She's a published author with a passion for Greek mythology and the Bible. Because if you're going to rule the cosmetics world, you might as well do it with Aristotle in one hand and eyeliner in the other. She and her husband, Jean-Pierre Meyers, have 2 sons, Jean-Victor and Nicolas, who now sit on L'Oréal's board. The family's philanthropic foundation has donated hundreds of millions, including a staggering $226 million to rebuild Notre Dame after the 2019 fire. That's a glow-up in every sense. The Verdheimer brothers. If secrecy were a sport, Alain and Gerard Verdheimer would be Olympic champions. The ultra-private brothers co-own Chanel, the iconic fashion house their grandfather helped fund in the 1920s, and now sit on a combined fortune of around $94 billion. Alain oversees the brand's global operations, while Gerard runs the watch division from Switzerland. Because, of course, they skip the red carpets and front rows, often driving themselves to events like 2 low-key billionaires with a couture empire in the back seat. Beyond fashion, they're deep into Bordeaux and Napa vineyards and horse racing, because when you're that rich, hobbies become legacies. The Pinos dynasty. François Pinos started in timber before deciding luxury was more fun and profitable. Through his company Kering, he turned Gucci, Balenciaga, Yves Saint Laurent, and more into global icons. In 2005, his son, François-Henri Pinos, took over the reins, expanding the empire even further. Under his leadership, Kering became sharper, sleeker, and more powerful. Think Gucci, but in CEO form. François-Henri is also married to Salma Hayek, making them one of the world's most glamorous power couples. The Pinos are serious art collectors with over 10,000 works and a museum in a former Paris stock exchange. They also own Christie's, Ponant Cruises, and even part of Valentino. Oh, and when Notre Dame needed restoration, they donated $100 million because luxury and generosity make an excellent combo. The Dassault family. While most family businesses aim for growth, the Dassauts aimed for the stratosphere. It all began with Marcel Dassault, a visionary engineer who designed propellers during World War I. He later founded Dassault Aviation, which became a key supplier for both military and civilian aircraft, including the famous Rafale fighter jets and the Falcon business jet line, now synonymous with elite air travel. Marcel's son, Serge Dassault, took the controls after Marcel's death and expanded the company into a global aerospace empire. Under Serge, Dassault Aviation diversified into cutting-edge defense systems, software innovation, and even 3D modeling via Dassault Systems, now a leader in virtual simulation technology with revenues exceeding $5 billion annually. When Serge passed away in 2018, his legacy remained intact. His son, Laurent Dassault, now oversees major aspects of the group, particularly investments and the family's high-end art auction house, Art Curial. His siblings Thierry and Marie-Hélène also hold senior roles in the family's holding group, making it a true team effort to keep the Dassault legacy flying high. But Dassault influence doesn't end at the runway. The family owns Le Figaro, one of France's most influential newspapers, shaping public opinion and political discourse. Their real estate holdings include some of Paris's most prestigious addresses, cementing their place as both tastemakers and power brokers. They may build aircraft, but they also shape narratives, and they're not afraid to land on both fronts. The Beziers clan. Lactalis might not be a household name, but their brands President, Stonyfield, and Galbani definitely are. Started as a cheese business in 1933 by André Besnier, the family firm has grown into a dairy empire. Today, Emmanuel Besnier, known as the Invisible Billionaire, runs the show. He and his siblings own 83% of the company, which operates in 51 countries with over 266 facilities and 85,000 employees. In 2017, Lactalis faced a PR nightmare, a salmonella outbreak. But despite the scandal, the business remains strong and private. Their chateau in Laval and properties in Paris hint at their behind-the-scenes affluence. The Saadeh family. Originally from Syria, the Saadeh family sailed into success, literally. Their company, CMA CGM, is the fourth largest shipping firm in the world, moving goods to over 420 ports via 500 vessels. Think Amazon, but nautical. Jacques Saadeh started the company after studying in London and moving to France in the late 70s. His son, Rodolphe Saadeh, now leads as CEO, with sister Tanya serving on the executive team. Aside from shipping, they've invested in vineyards, media, including BFM TV and La Tribune, and even Altus Media. Their cross-continental portfolio blends logistics, culture, and influence like a fine Lebanese wine. The Mullias mega family. Ever shopped at Decathlon, Auchan, or Leroy Merlin? Say hello to the Mullias family, who collectively own over 130 companies and rack up nearly $100 billion in annual sales. It all began in 1955 with Gerard Mullias, who founded the family's holding company, AFM. The motto? With over 700 family members across 5 generations, they've mastered the art of teamwork without a single reality show. The Mullias approach is democratic. No one hoards power, and decisions are made collectively. Their businesses touch almost every household in France, yet the family remains famously low-key. Barthélemy Guillain currently heads AFM, steering the vast retail fleet like a calm captain. The Buigs brothers. The Buigs family laid their first brick in 1952 with a modest construction firm. Today, their empire spans construction, telecom, and media, generating over $44 billion annually. Brothers Martin and Olivier Buigs took over in the 90s and haven't looked back. Martin serves as CEO, while Olivier helps shape strategy from the boardroom. Their reach is everywhere: roads, mobile networks, and popular French TV channels like TF1. They even own a Bordeaux winery, Chateau Montrose, because what's a French empire without some fine wine? And that's a wrap on the Trillionaire families secretly running Paris. If you enjoyed diving into the world of generational wealth, fashion-fueled fortunes, and secret billionaires, hit that like button like it owes you money. It really helps the channel. And don't forget to subscribe for more jaw-dropping stories about power, luxury, and people who make monopoly money look realistic. We've got more billionaire breakdowns, business secrets, and behind-the-scenes riches coming your way. See you in the next video.